Finally, after months and months of waiting, 2.6 Vern, yes, that's what it's called, as well as the expansion Federations, will go live on March 17th of 2020. What an exciting time to see a large expansion like this dropping now. It's really good to see that the developers are taking the time to not rush the development and boosting it out in December and then going on vacation, kind of avoiding the sim situation that we had when Megacorp came out, and now instead we have the expansion in March. Now, the expansion itself, of course, comes with so much. The new federations are coming along, the new origin system is coming along, the Galactic Council is part of all of that, and of course, the new big bad ships that are coming with it as well. But that is not everything, thankfully. There is also the 2.6 Vern patch. Now, what is actually part of this patch? Well, first of all, the galactic community is coming in our general direction, which is quite awesome. But one thing that people have been clamoring for ever since the Le Guin expansion back in 2019 is, of course, performance updates. That's right, performance updates are also coming in our direction. The team has been badgering away, trying to find new nooks and crannies where they can just squeeze a little bit more performance out. And there was an absolutely wonderful dev diary on the forum describing what the team has done, what they've been working on, and what kind of performance increases that we can expect. For instance, there was this demo file that they dropped which had over 20,000 pops in the galaxy, and they saw a 15 to 20% increase in performance, which is by itself actually quite big, as you can see in the video right here. Performance is definitely up. Now, this is, of course, a illustration of something that they have done. This is not a guarantee thing that happened on your system, as the system that they used was rather beefy, to say the least. A big old i7 right there. Now, I have one myself, but it's a previous gen, so we'll see whether or not performance is going to be up on your machine. I'm really looking forward to see whether or not that is going to be the case, especially considering the POP system is also being rolled out to console. Now, what can you expect of the Federation's launch? Well, the Federation launch, of course, comes with the new systems, the Origin, Federations, Galactic Community, as well as the Mega Shipyard and the new Mega Ship. Yes, that's right. Oh, it's just so cool that we see something like the Juggernaut coming into the game. Still, though, the real question is, are you ready for this? Because it's been a while since we had a large expansion dropping, and this is probably once again going to completely overhaul the way you are going to play, especially with the Origin system, which comes in with the base game. If you have any of the other expansions, some of the Origins will already be available to you, but of course a whole other set will be locked behind the expansion itself. Now, let's take a quick look here at what we have Origin-wise. And why Origin, ASpec? Why are you talking about these now? Well, personally, because I feel that Origins are by far the most interesting part about this particular expansion. It adds so much flavor and direction on where you're going to take your empire, such as, you get your basic prosperous unification. Your planet has been unified. Mechanist, syncretic evolution is all the utopia stuff, or actually Mechanist could also be Apocalypse. It's been so long since we've seen that. Life seeded, of course, Post-Apocalyptic Remnants, which is one of the first cool ones, where you start on a relic world. Shattered Ring, where you start on a ring world. Can you imagine having to start on a ring world and you don't have any mines? Because where are you going to get all these minerals from? From space, that is, of course. Space is going to be the way to go. Void Dwellers, you start on habitats. Going to be extremely hard, in my personal opinion. Habitats are incredibly difficult to work with to begin, as, well, let's put it this way, habitation is, of course, a real problem. There are Scions, as start as a vassal of a fallen empire. I can imagine this is going to be hilarious, as you can bring other people into the fold of the Scions. Galactic Doorstep, you get a gateway which you can activate. The Tree of Life, which is, of course, the one for the Hive Minds, of course. Calamitous Birth, which basically means your rocks. You throw rocks at planets to colonize them. with rocks, screw whatever else is down there. On the Shoulder of Giants, where you have a archaeological site from some mysterious benefactor. Resource consolidation, it's the Machine World one, which is kind of awesome because Machine Worlds are so powerful. It's not even funny. Common Ground, where you start as the Galactic Union in a Federation, or at least the leader of a Galactic Union Federation. Hegemon, same story there, except you're the Hegemon. Doomsday, which I find fascinating and could actually be interesting as, well, you start on a planet that's going to blow up at some point. We'll see whether or not we can do a playthrough of that for some point. I'm really curious. We did play around with that a little bit with the supernova mod, I think. Yeah, we did that, and that was pretty good fun, I felt. And of course, Lost Colony, where it's basically the Commonwealth of Man and the UNE, where the UNE starts off bigly and the Commonwealth of Man does not. So, beside of all this stuff, there is, of course, the galactic community and all the new things that come with that, but all the voting and being able to mess with your enemies without going to war. Yes, there will be the possibility of saying, hey, there's this cool thing that people are voting for, but that other guy doesn't want to. Why doesn't he want to vote for that? Oh, because it will screw over his economy. Yeah, I am totally going to vote for that because that will make him weak and I can cripple him later on a little bit more than you always are. The galactic community by itself is going to add some very, very interesting little mechanics to the game that I am very much looking forward to. And the same thing with the voting system inside of the federations as well, where you slowly but steadily level up and your federation gets stronger, gets new perks. And if you're the leader of that federation, you get a bonus perk as well, unless, of course, you are in fact the hegemon, and then you only get, well, you get 2 more bonuses than just the base one, which by itself is rather cool. There's a lot of stuff here, and personally, when it comes to this particular expansion, I actually feel that this is going to be the one that is going to overtake Utopia as the de facto #1 expansion to get. That people are always going to say, hey, you should get this one. The other one, of course, being Distant Stars. Now, for me, Federations, from what I've seen online and what I've seen in the dev diary so far, and the promises that have been made by the devs in terms of performance, but also in addition of new mechanics to the game, this is the one, in my personal opinion. So yeah, there you have that one. Still though, I'm really looking forward to this date. Expect a lot more content for Federations to come up as the release date opens up on March the 17th. So we're going to go and probably after that date take a look at some of the more deeper mechanics that are being added to the game. And there's quite a lot of them. So yeah, hope that you're looking forward to that. If you have any particular ones that you're like, hey, ASpec, I'd like you to take a look at this one in particular. Which like pull apart On the Shoulders of Giants for us, please, so we know what's going on with that. I would be delighted. Just make sure you put that request down below in that there comments, because well, you know, I gotta start somewhere, and there's quite a lot of them. Anyway, we're gonna go and wrap this one up here. Yeah, Federations comes out March 17, 2020. Hope you're ready, because this one is going to suck up all your remaining free time.